My hands don't even touch. It's that big. Look at my hands touch right there.
Big cedar tree, isn't it?
Big cedar tree. This is another native pecan on our driveway here. Look at it. That big around. Nice. This is smaller pecan trees. We actually have a mulberry tree. A big mulberry right down here. It's dying.
I know.
Look at that. It's just dying.
It'll come down one day.
Yeah, so what's holding it is the mulberry tree. I mean, this tree is like...
You can barely reach around it.
Like my fingers won't touch around it. But this is a mulberry right here.
And it's holding it.
It's actually holding up that tree from breaking on, falling over. And what bothers me is when this tree eventually breaks, it's going to probably break the mulberry tree.
Unless we cut, well, I mean, it's holding it up high and everything.
Yeah, it's
unless you can take it down piece by piece.
Yeah, it's and it's hanging way out over the corn out yonder with pecans on it. I mean, it all has pecans. I don't know why it ain't done fail, because it's so old, it's just dying. I mean, you look at it, the bugs are eating it up. Mushrooms are starting to grow on it.
Yeah. Very old pecan tree.
It's an old pecan tree. It has been here. This side of it broke off and fell out here, and then that's the only side left. And, you know, it may last many, many more years. Next storm comes through, might break it right off. I mean, here, this was one of the pecan limbs when I was pushing. It fell out of it right here. It looks like a tree, but it's actually a limb out of that pecan tree that fell and was laying on the ground here. And I pushed it. It kind of got caught up in there. But this is another pecan tree right here.
And it's good size.
It's a good size tree. There's another one right on the other side of it over yonder, and then another one on the other side of that one. In the midst of it is a holly and a tongue nut. I've tried to kill this tongue nut out of it without damaging the holly. But
because they're wrapped around each other.
Yeah, they're wrapped, and I like my hollies.
And the holly is loaded, so Christmas time.
Yeah.
Lots of red berries, right?
Red berries. And I chopped the bark all the way around the tongue nut. I'm gonna have to do a little bit better job, or either take my chainsaw. May have to just take the chainsaw and cut it off.
Because we don't want the tongue nuts, and they're loaded.
Right, and
Look at this.
Yeah, it's loaded with tongue nuts out there. That's the last thing we want on this property is more tongue nuts. And
I've done pulled about a couple of dozen up, and you've pulled
I
about
pulled probably
a couple of hundred.
100 up yesterday, just coming up from seeds.
Every berry on those tongue nuts will make a
tree. There's about 5 or 6 seeds in each tongue nut, and each one of them, I swear, they can lay there for 20 years and still come up, because they got a hard shell around them like a walnut or something. And you know, they're just a curse, and I'm gonna have to do what I can to rid this property of them as much as possible. Because when the sunlight, when we clean up like this underbrush, and the sunlight can actually get to the ground, those seeds are still in the ground, and they just start popping up by the hundreds.
And out in here, we just kept pulling and kept pulling, and I still see one right there.
Yeah, I mean, you can see this is what they're, well, you look at them out here, there's several of them actually. And they're not hard to pull up when they're little. They just pull right up.
Second year, you can't get them out of the ground.
See how that's why they're very invasive. Got a root system on them like crazy. I mean,
First year you can get them. Second year,
you ain't pulling them up second year. I mean, we just have to go around through here. They pull up very easy when they're young. Next year, if you leave them right now, next year they'll be this tall, way up, way up. I mean, they done half grown, ready to put on nuts. We could get something that's beneficial to grow that fast, it'd be great.
But isn't it beautiful?
Woo, it is pretty. All right, guys, we're just trying to get this fence up so that as soon as the Danny corn comes out, I can get the cows, or if we've gone and got the sheep by then, we can turn the sheep into all the green grass that's in the field out there, and they'll have plenty to graze on and fatten up for this fall.
He's got to pay attention too. He wants to help. Go and get your nose stuck. Whew. He said, that don't taste like food.
Nope. About a nosy animal, I know that.
Look at him rubbing on that thing. Look at Shushan. She got to come check it out now.
Yep, she's got to come get involved.
Can't say you don't have no help.
Yeah, they all.
It's the third one that's been up here to see what you're doing.
They're about nosy, I know that. They want that corn this morning. I know what they want, and I give them stalks usually every morning. But this morning, I'm kind of running behind.
Fencing first. So you about through, Papa? You about through?
I'm getting there. This heat's about to kill me.
But today we got a little bit of rain.
Oh, it's just enough to
make the humidity go up.
Miserable. I mean, It's hot right now.
So once you've clipped this off, the gate?
Yep. Got to put a gate in. And I got to run some more electric wire, because the electric wire is not, we plan on putting some sheep in here on the other side of the cornfield there. And I got to have it where the sheep won't go through the electric fence, because I only got 2 strands up and they got to have more than that.
So soon?
Well, we'll see.
According to this weather, I guess. I'm
hoping, you know, I'm hoping that we can get it done pretty quick, but you know, you don't ever know. I'm just, like I said, a lot of it has to do with the weather. If it, you know, like right now, if the wind would just blow a little bit, it would make this so much more tolerable.
But when you look up, they're barely, if it's moving, it's slim.
Every now and then there'll be a little puff, but it's not much.